Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Appalachia. Just an absolutely perfect day. Be outside working on my nature trail, and spent 4 or 5 hours doing that. Now it's time to rest the body. Come back tomorrow. I wanted to continue the theme. Um, it's been going on for a few months now, which is shadows, working with our shadow archetypes, and our emotions. Because it was a big week for me with my emotions, and and to do a lot of reminding myself that I am safe, that I'm connected to Mother Earth, grounded, safe in this body, right? That I'm loved and loved. And last week I published the next part of the healing, the divine masculine, excuse me, and it was all about our emotions. And I think I'm going to continue that map of consciousness discussion one more time and go even deeper into that, because it's been 13 years since I read the book Power versus Force. And I'm reading the book right now called Map of Consciousness Explained, that goes deeper into that philosophy. And I want to explore that. So I'll share that in the coming weeks and see how that goes. I just think that we need to go really deep into understanding ourselves and our emotions. We have such a broad emotional spectrum, and we don't explicitly learn or practice dealing with our emotions, expressing them in a safe, um, mature way, and even being cognizant of them. I have a lot of emotions going on today, this whole week actually, but being that it's Memorial Day week, I think it was today. 3 years ago, I think Memorial Day was on May 31st. And that was the day I left Florida to start a new path in life. So I think it was exactly 3 years ago today. And I drove up to Asheville and began a new phase of life. 3 years ago today, I think it was. And it's been very revealing, very healing, difficult at times, but all in all, very rewarding. And a lot of lessons learned, a lot of things learned about myself, especially. And that's all we can do, really, is to just keep looking at ourselves, to understand ourselves. And so that gave me a lot of things to think about this week, especially. Because I have a lot of very fond memories of my time in Florida. And I think about them every day. And they're very nice memories, and they make me smile. And that's a good thing. Wherever we put our focus, and we can choose where we want to focus, and in that way we can help to guide our own emotions and our own feelings by what we want, by focusing on what we really want to focus on, you know the fond memories in life. And sometimes we are going to focus on the not so fond memories, and that's okay. But we can choose on a daily basis. One of the things that I've been doing lately is spending less time on social media. It's actually gotten quite boring. I don't even go to Twitter anymore. That's I haven't been on Twitter in a couple weeks at least. Um, the energy there is very strong and not really what I want in life. So I've just kind of shied away from it. And there's some people doing some interesting things on social media. Find a lot of people who are asking questions of to different artificial intelligence engines, getting some interesting answers. But all in all, it's really just creating our own happy, fun place. If you can, focus on that. Get out into nature. That's why I'm building my nature path. This is phase one of what I think is going to be about 4 phases over the next couple of years. But I would encourage everybody to spend some time every day, even if it's just a minute or two, and just look inside at your emotions and where they are in the body. And once again, the Taoists, they go through the organs, the lungs, the heart, the spleen, the liver, and just in the kidneys, and just try to understand where you're carrying the emotions. Where do they get stuck? Or when you're, as I said in the video last week on healing the divine masculine, there was a section in there about emotional triggers. When you get triggered, where do you feel it? Remember, there's thoughts, and then there's the emotions flowing, and then there's the feeling in the body. Focus on where you feel it. Okay. A lot of people, they'll feel it in their back. That's where I used to get it a lot. I don't get it there anymore. After 40 years of chiropractors, one day I just stopped going to the chiropractor. This was about 2018. I think it was right after I came back from my trip to Italy when I was hiking in the Dolomites. And I just stopped going. And I just kept doing my yoga and my qigong and moving energy. And more, I started focusing more and more on moving energy, moving those emotions. And I don't have any back problems anymore because that's where I was carrying it all. Sometimes it'll be on the shoulders. We want to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders, right? Or the weight of our relationships, or the weight of our job. Or a lot of us do that. We're like Atlas, carrying the world on our shoulders, right? When I was down in Sedona one time for a 2-day seminar, one of the guys who was a Taoist from Korea talked about how much we carry things in our knees. Okay, our joints in particular, our knees, our hips, elbows. I used to have, a couple of years ago, I had a lot of stuff in this elbow. I had stuff in this hip, and I don't have that anymore. And I think it's in part cutting out the carbs. So I don't eat carbohydrates anymore. The vegetables, especially grains, but just focusing on moving energy and moving those emotions so they don't get stuck. focus on, and you can do that if you're in the gym. You can do that. I was thinking about that this morning. If you're just doing some butterfly curls, right? You can focus on opening up the heart space. You can focus on opening up the lungs, right? Breathing in, breathing out as you're doing the curls, right? If you're doing a pull, a lat pull, right? You can just free up those shoulders. Just let go. Pull it down, let go. There's all kinds of things you can do to take that physical aspect of it and add in the emotional body aspect to it. Everybody can do this, right? And just free that up. One of the things I do every day is just pat the body. I actually start up here, right? And just pat the body. That's the first thing I do in the morning when I do my morning routine, is pat the body all over, right? And just wake up the whole body. That's what I'm doing at 5:45 in the morning. Generally about the time I get started. And just energize the whole body and get everything moving. So you get the emotions moving, you get the lymph moving, right? Just get it all moving. Get the blood circulating, get all the fluids moving. Get everything moving. Yep. So it doesn't get stagnant. All right? See if you can do that this week. Just pat the body. And there's some videos on YouTube about particular areas. There's the right here called Lee Holden calls these the leg gates right here, because everything's going down. You got the big arteries, the big veins going down into the legs, right? You got on the back, the back is the kidneys, right? That's your sea of chi. Yep. There's on the sides of the butt, on the knees. Go all the way around the knees and do that. And all the way down the legs. Yeah, just wake up the body, get everything moving, physically and emotionally. Just get it all moving. It only takes a couple minutes to do that. You can do it sitting down. I would suggest doing it in the morning, not before you go to bed and wake yourself up again. But these are the kinds of things we can do, and they only take a couple minutes. So with that, I hope you have a wonderful weekend and week ahead. Tomorrow's supposed to be another nice day. Maybe I'll be out here tomorrow. We'll see what kind of guidance we get. In the meantime, I think my remote control needs a charge. Yes. So until next time, we'll say cosmic energy, earth energy, heart energy. Send loving heart energy out to all beings, all dimensions, all timelines, all realities. May this day be filled with compassion, loving kindness, and courage. Till next time.